Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 6, entitled as Dhyana Yoga, Sloka 42nd. Atava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam yetadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadidrisham. Let's see the word by word. Atava, or yoginam, of learned transcendentalists, eva, certainly, kule, in the family, bhavati, takes birth, dhimatam, of those who are endowed with great wisdom, yetat, this, he, certainly, durlabhataram, very rare, loke, in this world, janma, birth, yat, that which, idrisham, like this. The translation: if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, that means the second category of person is being spoken here, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are usually great in wisdom. Certainly, such a birth is rare in this world. So in the previous sloka, we saw about the unsuccessful yogi who practiced for short period and he took birth in the family where the yoga has been practiced. Now here, the yogi who practiced for long term but then was unsuccessful, he got distracted and fallen from his practice. What about that person? This usually shouldn't happen, but if at all happens, this is what that person has to attain as a result. He will continue from where he is left. So that's a nice deal. He doesn't need to start over again from scratch. He will start from where he left. The yogi who falls after a long period of practice, pretty much the same, that is, they also go to the higher planets where pious living entities are allowed to enter. After long prolonged life there, that person is sent back to the earth planet to take birth in the family where their practice can be supported and also the family themselves are practicing yoga. Seem to be pretty much same of what we saw for short-term practitioner, but there is a difference. In this case, where a person is long-term practitioner who fell off from the practice, will take birth in a family where the family is much more stronger in their practices, where they themselves involved in practice, their family members are involved in practice, and not only that, the family also teaches and guides other in the same process, whereas the previous family is only towards their family. They are not that much into teaching others, whereas here this family is skilled or blessed where they guide others like a guru. They are gurus for many other people, and that's where this yogi who practice for long term will take birth. It is certainly very fortunate and also very rare to take birth in such family, those who has great wisdom. Why? Because right from their birth, this child is being given proper training, care, and teach them about the tradition. If such unsuccessful yogis are placed into a family which does not have any knowledge about yoga, it's going to be a big struggle for such people who already practiced so much in their previous lives. So this facility, this arrangement is made by Krishna, where they are born in such family where they don't have to go through any of those struggle, because the family itself practices and also teach to others. Therefore, we see the great devotees, acharyas, they all pray that let them be born in the family of a devotee. Let them be born even as an insect in the house of a devotee. Tavadasya sukhaika sanginam bhavaneshvaha twapi kita janmame. A great acharya by the name Yamunacharya, he has said that let me be born even as a worm in the homes of those who are solely devoted to serving you, worshipping you. Itara vasateshu masma bhutaha apime janma chaturaha mukatmana. He says that, but let me not be born even as the four-faced Brahma. So the point is, wherever the Lord has been remembered, wherever His names are being chanted, wherever He is being worshipped, wherever His glories are being discussed, that is where I like to take birth. Not even as a human, even as a worm in their homes. And we see a similar mood by Bhakta Prahlad. He also took the boon from Lord Narasimhadev that let me take birth even like a boneless worm in the homes of devotees. King Kulakshekara, he prayed the similar thing. Let me be born, at least the others spoke about some living entities like worms and insects and whatever it is. But King Kulakshekara says, let me be born anything, even as a stone. But let me be at your temple as a stepping stone for your devotees. Let them step on me and go. And there are a lot more such nice prayers. But the point from these prayers are that they are not concerned, unlike us, about the next birth. They are not worried about taking any number of births. But the only point or concern that they have is, let them be born as anything, but where the Lord's names are being chanted. So to summarize, in 41, we saw a person who is unsuccessful, who practiced yoga for a short period. That person will go to heavenly planet or any higher planet, stay there, enjoy to their satisfaction, and then take birth in a family where yoga is being appreciated and where that family practices yoga. And in the 42nd sloka, this yogi goes to the higher planet. After that, he comes back, takes birth in a family where the yoga has been practiced, and also they themselves are in a position of guru to teach others. That's where this person who practiced long term and fallen down will take birth. Atava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam yetadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadidrisham. Namaste. Hare Krishna.